Different variables that affect a forest fire in Villavicencio were analyzed, focusing the research on the study of a system based on electromagnetic waves for the early detection of forest fire in Colombia. The effects that make up a fire were determined. The geometric shape in which the fires propagate in a forest fire take into account different factors that were investigated. In addition, different wave-based systems were analyzed, electromagnetic systems that can be used in Villavicencio, Meta, Colombia, making the changes to the IDEAM plan so that a system can be used in the area. The UN objectives were taken into account with climate change as an end, demonstrating that the effects of a forest fire if it is not mitigated effectively and efficiently. For the investigation, historical data, mathematical models, and algorithms were taken to determine said theoretical study for the early detection of forest fires in order to prevent the spread of forest fires and minimize the damage to natural areas and nearby communities.
The use of electromagnetic sensors such as beers and models is fundamental in the relationship between the research carried out, together with the sustainable development objectives proposed by the United Nations organizations. This is because one of the pillars by which this project is carried out is the need for collaborations and mutual aid between the entities of each nation, together with the organizations that cover and watch over the rights of humanity at a global level. For this reason, objectives number 13, climate action, and 15, life of terrestrial ecosystems, are explicitly related to the purpose of the investigation, since the early detection of forest fires in the city of Villavicencio, Colombia, is on track with the urgent need to adopt urgent measures to combat climate change and its harmful effects on the flora and fauna of planet Earth. Finally, focusing specifically on each of these two objectives of the United Nations organization, it is determined that the natural phenomenon to be treated in this work are considered as important source of greenhouse gas emissions, which favors that the climate change in which humanity is currently immersed worsens. Hence, its direct connections with the objective named climate action.
The geometrical shape of forest fires is elliptical, taking into account different factors such as weight, wind speed, topography, among others. This is essential to create a mathematical model that approximates the way in which a forest fire will spread.
IDEM, and the plan is to create maps that have physical and national characteristics of the project. This allowed to design the level of alert, and the assigned it seemed to be good too, but it is not because it does not have a program or a system that can give more information about the firm to be able to act quickly in this situation.
Our study relied heavily on the invaluable tool known as the Sentinel-2 sensor. This sensor played a pivotal role in our investigation by providing us with multispectral images containing data from 13 bands across the electromagnetic spectrum. Through this, we were able to obtain precise information regarding vegetation, solar reflectance, surface temperature, and humidity.
These algorithms incorporate the use of electromagnetic waves as they can provide and process satellite images that capture the visible spectrum and infrared radiation emitted by the Earth's surface and atmosphere, allowing for more effective estimation of temperature and other factors aiding in the early detection of the forest fire. We process the images using the Global Forest Watch platform, where we observe its great effectiveness in preventing forest fire. The tools and data offered by the platform allow for analyzing graph and different alert variables in considerably way study areas. It is worth noting that the BIR sensor is more concise as it operates in various wavelength bands, including visible and infrared, which enables it to obtain detailed images of the Earth's surface, ocean, and atmosphere. The pixels identified by the algorithm are interpreted as potential file alerts. The drawback of both sensors is that delivery time, with beers talking 3 months and MOIs talking 1 year, which are relatively long periods considering the real-time data is required for graded effectiveness.
One aspect to highlight is the data on recovered loss recorded. When conducting an analysis, it was observed that forest fires don't have a significant influence on such loss. This allows for the consideration of data from algorithms that study possible causes of the decrease in tree cover, entering the respective statistical analysis of biomass, annual emissions, and greenhouse gas absorptions. It is said that when tree cover decreases due to natural or artificial factors, biomass quantities increase and consequently air pollution rises. This demonstrated that the implementation of forest fire prevention systems is potential of great help in identifying various factors that cause losses in coverage. It was identified that for the study area, Villavicencio, forest fires in recent years were not the main causes of the losses, considering the obtained and analyzed data.
Finally, we can see that the EDM need changes in their plan because they don't take to account different kind of things that are mathematical and with physics models, and these kind of things really need to be part of the plan of the ADM because are fundamental, and we need to put science in the ADM. We need vectorial calculum to say the form and the geometrical forest fires in Villavicencio that are elliptical, and these kind of things are needed to take into account in the plan that we need to the IDEA. This NGO Global Forest Watch need different parameters that is in the study. For example, topography and the zone that is called like the plants that are in this area, or different kind of things that are in calculum like the velocity of the wind, and these kind of things are really important to say in real time the forest fires in Villavicencio or in the area that is studied. We can conclude that MODIS and VIR's algorithms are necessary to the study of forest fires in Villavicencio, and the information that is provided with the NGO Global Forest Watch, and with that we can have all the information that is necessary to say the highest number of fires in Villavicencio or in the area that is studied.